Blackfoot Communications is actively supporting the communities we serve across Montana and Idaho. We are installing hundreds of miles of fiber in our service territories, increasing the broadband experience in our rural communities. We are delivering remote workforce solutions for our business communities. We are creating new, innovative solutions for our local entrepreneurs and enterprise organizations. Learn how your company can benefit. Call today at 541-5000 or go to blackfootbusiness.com. Blackfoot Communications. Connect to more.
Coach, can you please start with an opening statement?
Hard-fought victory. Idaho did what they've done all year, really. They played a lot of teams close and just have not found a way to really, pull off some W's. We flirted with a lot of games down the stretch. If you'd told me we'd shoot 38%, I'd tell you it'd been a struggle, and probably didn't get up double figures a couple times. So that's a sign of what we can do defensively and getting stops when we need to get stops, and getting loose balls and forcing turnovers the way we can defensively to give ourselves some extra possessions. So it was a greedy win, and we take them out we can get them.
What was the experience like playing a team that you had not played yet this season?
Different, especially when you're talking tournament play, but it's the whole season's been like that. So, I think the most different thing for us is to only have one guy that's played in a conference tournament game on my roster on the floor. And so it was a learning experience for everyone. So it was a little different for all of us, and for us to come out of that with a win was huge.
Idaho has just one win, but they have 4 seniors. What did you think of Idaho's fight today?
They were physical. They were very confident. They did what they do. They didn't make a lot of mistakes. We had to force some things to our advantage. Handled the scout well, I thought, individually and collectively. But they fought like seniors would, right? It's their last college game for some of them. And they want to go, win as many games as they can in the tournament and experience some success. And so I thought our young guys battled and were just as physical in terms of trying to get a win.
It seemed every time you needed a big shot, Josh stepped up today. What did you think of his performance?
Huge. I think the biggest thing for him was what he did on the defensive end, the deflections, the steals, creating extra possessions for us. His teammates did a phenomenal job of setting screens and getting the ball to him. He's made a lot of big shots for us here lately, and that's what he does. He shoots the ball. We expect it to go in every time he shoots it. It's kind of weird when it doesn't go in. But I think he stays prepared. I think he's handled some changes that we've gone through as well as anyone could, which is a sign of the selflessness that he has in him and how much he wants to win. So he stays ready, and we appreciate it.
Josh, when you were down early, what did it take for the team to respond with the 14-3 run that gave you guys the lead?
I just want to say our patience. We kind of came out like one pass shot, and that's not like really our offense. We like to move the ball around, get in the paint, and just once we start doing that, we get our rhythm and flow, and then it's over. We start making shots.
Robby, today was definitely an intense game. What was the experience like playing in your first conference tournament?
To be honest, I was a little spooked in the first half. Started out slow. I missed first 2 shots, and I was getting beat on defense. But I settled down throughout the game, and I just focused on defense and playing with energy, and then good things happened today. So,
Josh, obviously you're knocking down shots, but you had tons of deflections defensively. How well did you feel not just about your offense, but your overall performance today?
I think it was pretty good. Of course, the offense making shots, it's a big thing, but one thing that the coaches harp on is that, on the defensive end, we got to work. They're on me a lot for, getting close to the offensive player and trying to get my hand on the ball. And that's what I did today, and it made me transition better on the offensive end.
Coach, Idaho obviously wanted to go inside with their bigs, but on the other end, you got them to pick and roll situations. How did you feel about that matchup overall?
Well, I thought we made it work. They got some tight touches around the rim. They worked the angles fairly well. They're pretty physical down low. I thought they did a good job getting in there, but we forced a lot of turnovers on those attempts, and I think they may have turned it over more than they actually got the shot. So I feel like we won that battle. And then on our end with the ball screens, we made them work. We spread them out, which allowed us to get in the paint and make some things happen. But I think the biggest thing is when you make people work on the defensive end, they tend to not have the legs they need to do the things they want to do offensively.
How will your preparation for tomorrow change, if any, since you played Weber State twice as opposed to playing Idaho not at all?
It won't. A lot of our preparation is based on what we've seen recently, more so than what happened against us. I think Idaho made a lot of changes between today and what we would have seen a week ago. And so we got to do the same thing with Weber State. I think there's some guys in different roles since the last time we played, and we got to be prepared for that. So we'll look to change a couple things, tweak a couple things, but be as consistent as we can as a team, because that's how you flow and you can stay aggressive without trying to do too many things outside of your character.
Robby, today at times the score was a little too close than I'm sure you guys would have liked. What was the conversation like at halftime, and what do you think that you and your teammates changed?
Just keep getting stops. We didn't really shoot the ball well, like in the first half or really the whole game, so our defense kept it in it. So just getting stops and then getting scores after, but just really focusing on our energy on defense and our talk and our, overall.
Josh, what changes, if any, do you think that the Griz need to make in order to come out with a W tomorrow?
I just think we need to still come out with a really aggressive intensity. I think we play pretty well together, and we're starting to get our flow. So if we just come out aggressive and have confidence in ourselves, then we're going to do pretty good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I'm sure this wasn't set up for media room.
Coach, can you please start with an opening statement?
I want to congratulate Travis and his program. Montana is just a well-respected, always ready-to-go program that plays that hard night in, night out. There's a reason why they play for titles every single year. Their kids have matured and grown up a whole lot in the last 2 months, and they played great down the stretch here, and give them a whole lot of credit for pulling out a win in this opening round. Secondly, I want to thank specifically our seniors. We have 5 terrific young men who have battled through a whole lot of adversity, both on and off the court, for them to keep coming back for more, continue to have a wonderful spirit and toughness about them. And I've loved my time with all of them, and proud of them that they've kept competing, proud of them that they'll walk across the stage in May and earn a meaningful degree from Idaho, and these guys are going to do terrific things as they move forward.
You were able to hold Montana to no field goals for the final 8 minutes and change, but they were still able to emerge. What were some of the things they did in those final minutes?
Well, I think they convert from the free throw line. There's a reason that, they are so effective in that regard. They've shot free throws well all year long. To shoot it as a team over 80% is remarkable, and to their credit, they hit big ones down the stretch, and then they were able to get some timely stops that they needed as well. What
were the key elements of your team's defensive performance tonight?
I thought our kids really competed, especially down the stretch. They could have thrown in the towel when it was 15, but they kept competing. And these 2 guys sitting beside me were a big part of that. They kept sitting down in a stance. They kept contesting shots, and I thought we did a really nice job on the glass as well to limit them to 1 shot.
Scott, what was the conversation like at halftime, knowing that the game, you were pretty much keeping it close the whole time, but knowing maybe you needed to turn into a second gear come the second half?
We knew they were going to go on a little run, so that was kind of one of the things we talked about. We had to contain that run and come out and play the first 4 minutes the same way we played first 4 minutes of the second half, the same way we played the first 4 minutes of the first half. And just sit down and keep defending, control what we can control.
Chance, you were able to do what you did from the offensive side of the game. But defensively, what were some of the things that you saw that maybe just got by you today?
I think, we talked all week about closing out on the shooters, not letting them drive past us. I think that was one of our biggest problems tonight, is we let them hit too many threes, and then just lunging at shooters for them to drive by us. And so I think that was probably the biggest downfall about our defensive play. But I thought we fought today. So.
Scott, one thing by watching the game, you guys battled hard to the last second. You were within 5 points at one point in time, getting there even closer. Can you just talk about your team's chemistry in that fight to the end, to the last second, because it is March Madness, of course?
Yeah, I think we've obviously been through a lot this year, and I think no matter what, I think that we just wanted to go out playing hard, doing everything we can to compete, just control what we control, like I said again. But yeah, we really wanted this one. But you know what? We gave it our all, and I don't think we have any regrets.
Coach, your team seemed to play very well in Boise. All the games coming down into the wire the last 3 years. Do you feel like just because of that postseason nod of it's a tournament, that your team plays a little better when it gets here?
I think our guys are very similar to kids around the country in that it's March. They've been watching all week the different conference tournaments. This is why you play. This is what you sign up for when you play Division I basketball, is to get to the conference tournament with an opportunity to move and advance. And so these guys answered the bell today. They competed their tails off and gave us a chance there even late.
Chance, while today wasn't the outcome that you wanted, what is something about this season that you'll look back on?
I think something I'll look back on is just the way everyone just kept coming back, just to keep playing. You know, obviously it wasn't the best season, and a lot of people could have just quit and, you know, went home, did their own thing, but a lot of us came back, and, you know, that shows a lot about everyone in that room, and I respect everyone in that room for doing that. So that's probably the biggest thing I'm gonna look back on, and how hard these guys fought to the last second. So.
Scott, what is something you want the Vandal community to know about you and your team?
Just for the people that have just been sticking around for us this whole season, just like we appreciate everybody so much. I'm gonna miss it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.